How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and we are reacting to the final episode of Season 3 for Stranger Things, which is called The Battle of Starcourt. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I have no idea how we are going to stop that thing, especially at the disadvantage that 11 is at. It's all shaping up to be a very tasty finale. Given how the last episode really set things up really well, like how are we going to have to deal with the Russians? Mayor Klein, is he going to get impeached? Yeah, there's a lot of curiosities going into this final episode, and I'm really excited to see what does happen to what has been a phenomenal, and I can't stress that enough, Season 3 of Stranger Things. Like, I have always loved Stranger Things and its excellence and how brilliant the show is, but this season really took it on another level. Like I said in the last episode, this is the best season for me, and with everything that's going on, I'm really amped to see what happens in the final episode. I have been told that there is a post-credit scene by my sister. It's just funny. She's like just messaging me before I'm reacting to Stranger Things, saying, "What's the like she's asking about a post-credit scene for Spider-Man." So it's funny how that works out, doesn't it? But she told me, because she's watched Stranger Things and she knows that I'm reacting to this, that there's a post-credit scene, so I'll be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what does happen in this final episode, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of cases where you're thinking, okay, well, how are we going to deal with this? How are we going to deal with the Mind Flayer? How are we going to deal with Billy? How is 11 going to be able to take that thing on, like, and successfully deal with it when she got the injury in the first? Well, to be fair, she only got that injury because of the fact that the Mind Flayer, well, Billy picked up the blood and all of that. The bite was there to begin with, and then Billy meddled with the blood, and there we go. So yeah, but still, it poses advantages for the Mind Flayer, doesn't it? So yeah, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So with that said, let's just delve right into this reaction. The extended reaction should be up on Patreon. Final episode of Stranger Things. Let's go.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Ah, this is gonna be gnarly.
Do it. Okay.
Oh, brave it, Liam. Brave it. Oh, that is grim. Oh my god. Oh. It's like a face hugger, isn't it? Instead of the stomach, it's a leg. Yes!
This is what I'm talking about.
Todd father?
Oh, screw Todd. Steve's her daddy now.
Did you just talk about yourself in the third person? Did he just call himself daddy?
All right, where are we going?
Weathertop.
Weather what?
Daddy. To quote my friend.
I need you to understand.
Understand? Yeah.
Hey.
Because he's looking out for his daughter. Ah, shit. It was all down to him. Come on, Nancy, don't do that!
Лейтенант? Какой лейтенант?
Ah, shit.
Молотов?
Molotov. Well, so much for that going, but you're gonna get shot.
Oh, shit. Jim. This is crazy. Jim,
He's turning into Fat Rambo.
under control. Yeah, sure.
9 out of 10 for the entrance, though. Oh boy. Showtime. Up, look who it is.
For clarification, just because I mean, just if when you say date,
Kiss,
just so we're
kiss.
crystal clear about things, so
Get
there's no
hot.
confusion. Yeah.
Stop talking or I can change my mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god, these two are just amazing. Gotta love the music in the background as well while they're discussing. Let's do a date. Oh, it's going back to round 2. No, come on. Oh, have they gone? They've gone. Good. I like and I'm scared at how persistent it is. Come on. Didn't flash green, Hopper. And there's even a green thing on the panel.
Again?
662 608.
They've changed it, for crying out loud. At least their security thing is... Susie! She's legit!
Susie, I copy.
Susie,
Dusty Bun? Dusty Bun. Where have you been?
I'm so sorry.
She is real. Everyone's like, oh shit!
I'm trying to.
Given in the light, written on the pages is the
I love this.
never-ending story.
Okay, we've heard it. Okay, let's save the world. Everyone's just losing their minds about what is happening. Like, oh my god! It's like a serial killer.
1, 2.
Fuck off, you cheap budget bullshit Arnie! Fuck you!
Это американцы. Я нашел.
Come on, Hopper! I knew the fireworks! Come on! Lucas! Lucas! Happy 4th of July, you big ugly bastard! Hit him in the balls! Weaken him! That is so awfully close! Holy shit! Banish that hatred with love. Do it for Alexei, come on!
I'll see you in hell.
Billy, no way! Oh no, no! Oh my god, no, no, come on, no! Huh. No! No! Oh no!
Jim, where's Jim?
Shit! Oh. Oh my god. I blame that fucking knockoff. Because he can't fucking take the loss like a fucking champ.
He needs assistance. He needs your assistance, Keith.
In other words, Keith wins.
What's in it for you? You got a thing for him or something?
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for God's sake.
We're just friends.
Best friends.
I don't really remember. What did I say exactly?
Mike.
She knows.
I love you too. It's the speech Hop wrote for you and Mike. Speech. Yeah. You know, the heart to heart.
I'm ready for this again.
He never talked to you, did he?
Oh my god.
I've been stuck in one place. In a cave, you might say. A deep, dark cave. And then I left some egos out in the woods, and you came into my life, and for the first time in a long time, I started to feel things again. Like you're pulling away from me or something.
Oh.
I miss playing board games every night. Making
just want to,
triple-decker Eggo extravaganzas at sunrise. Watching westerns together before we doze off. But I know you're getting older. I don't want things to change. So I think maybe that's why I came in here. To try to maybe stop that change. To turn back the clock. For the sake of your poor old dad. Keep the door open 3 inches.
Oh. Papa.
To go. Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, like feeling from 11 on that beautiful speech. Knowing Papa gave his life. Goodbye, Joyce. Look how change affects this as well. 17 years. What for Jonathan? Bloody hell! I was not prepared for that whatsoever. Hopper's death. Max 11 reading that letter, that speech that Hopper gave. That. Fun. Oh, whoa, whoa. That's like, that's like a Demogorg. There we go. Demogorgon time! Yay! Oy, oy, oy. I thought it was a Demodog by the way it crawled out, but man, what an ending. I think that's the post-credit scene that I was warned about. I'll just have a check-see first. Oh, yeah, that was brutal. But what about the American though? Like, he said not the American, and we know that Russian Arnie was saying, always referred to Hopper as the American and all of that. I don't know. I don't know, but there was emphasis on the American, as if you should know who this is. And usually post-credit things give a little tease, don't they, about things to come or whatnot. So whenever the Russians were like around Hopper or they were involved with Hopper, he'd be called the American. So, I mean, I don't know, because we saw him get vaporized along with the rest, where we didn't see him get vaporized. That's entirely it, though, isn't it? I have hope. I kind of have hope, but bloody hell. I'm fine, if anyone wants to know. I haven't been in that kind of blubbery mess since Endgame, actually. I've cried as well today, which doesn't help matters, to another reaction. Which wasn't as much, and it was for a more joyful, I guess. Because it wasn't exactly joyful, but it was no Hopper's death, that's one thing for sure. Yeah. I was like, don't. He needed sacrifices. He might still be alive, though. Who knows? Because we had that American comment, didn't we? And we didn't see him get vaporized, technically, like I said. We saw the 3 people in the hazmat suits get vaporized. But with Hopper, he was there 1 second, and the next, he was gone, and we were left to assume his fate. Because he was the one standing next to the thing. So, yeah, and then we saw those guys who were like meters away, and then, yeah. But he knew the risks. He knew he would get vaporized, because that was because it was a matter of do it now. I'll happily take the fall. Well, I won't happily, but I know what's got to be done. So do it in order to save everything in case the worst does happen if I delay this like for the next few minutes and all of that. My heart broke, like, so much, especially at the realization that Hopper was gone. Seeing 11 in the parking lot, you just, like, you knew, oh no, Hopper's gonna, like, 11's gonna be without Hopper. And then that bloody letter. I knew when he started out, when he talked about his first encounter with 11 with the Eggos in the woods, I knew I was not going to be ready for that. Yep, it hurt. It hurt. And especially since we got into a deeper reasoning to why he was so frustrated with the whole Mike and 11 relationship. It's because he didn't want to lose that connection to 11. You still good, Mike? Yeah, okay. I was just checking my microphone, but yeah, he didn't want to lose that connection to 11. Because that's not going to hurt whatsoever. And he wanted his time with 11 to be a constant, and he loved what he had with the second chance that he got. And that's why he was so protective and antsy when it came to Mike. Because he was a threat. He was a threat to his happiness. He didn't want to lose that relationship he had with 11. And I love the speech where he was talking about growing up and how change, he doesn't like change, especially when it comes to him and 11. And then he accepted that change. Because life is all about change. To quote one of my favourite regeneration scenes in Doctor Who, we all change when we think about it. No, it's we all change when you think about it. We're all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good. Don't get teary-eyed again, because you bawled like a baby during that, Liam. No, I loved that speech. That was... The thing is, though, he didn't need help like, we thought he needed the help writing out what he wanted to say to Mike and 11 and all of that. And whilst he could have spoke from the heart and it comes out wrong, I don't think that could have been any better than it was, that speech that he did write himself. I don't think that could have been any better. But yeah, at the moment though, because we don't have any confirmation that he's back, just those hints, I'm gonna miss the shit out of Hopper, because he was a really, really amazing character, and I absolutely loved him, and he was just one of the best characters of the show so much. And that heartbreaking decision for him, though I'm glad he managed to give that bastard a grim death, and I do blame him, because I'm venting. I want to vent. He killed Alexei, and he just couldn't leave well enough alone. So Russian Arnie, you're a fucking fraud. I hope hell is comfy for you. Got it out my system. Anyways, yes, it was also very interesting as well, because there's a few other points we want to get across to this episode. That 11 has lost her powers, even 3 months after Starcourt. And it all seems to stem from the thing that she pulled out, the smaller creature. What I do love is that that creature is basically a xenomorph, because it had that second mouth thing, like the xenomorph, and it had like a leg burster replacing the chest burster. But yeah, it all seems to the loss of her powers seems to stem from what was in her leg, because that was the last utilization of her powers. I thought she was on her way to bringing the car around when they wanted the ignition, but it's seemingly not. And I guess that's hence why she wanted to practice on the can. That was the first test of her. That was her first experience. And she knew something was off, so she wanted to go back to basics, see if she still had it, and she couldn't even do anything with... Well, she was interrupted, but she couldn't do anything. She could try as long as possible, but she couldn't do anything whatsoever in the end. And it's been 3 months, so I'm guessing Season 4's going to have an arc where Eleven's going to go on this discovery to try and regain her powers. Maybe she might get she might get reunited with, what was it, Callie or something like that. She might be resourceful. And especially because we saw, we saw that there was the gate was still there in a sense. Because Dr. Owens, I think it was, he came in at the very end, and he had a face of concern. So, whilst the Russians try to open the gate, I think the gate will be manned by a lot of people, but this time they're going to protect it. They're going to have guards armed to the teeth, so if anything comes through, shoot on sight. But especially with that threat still looming and the potential of more creatures coming through that breach, 11 needs to crack the case on her missing powers. Well, what was interesting is that we didn't, 11 was not the hero in this finale, whereas she was in the last 2 episodes. So it is feasible, but 11, wow, difficultly feasible, extremely difficult. And 11 can handle it, and that's why you need 11's powers. So I do have a feeling that we're going to have this discovery in the next season where we're going to try and regain 11's powers. And I kind of have a hunch on why she lost. I don't think it was established why she lost her powers. Just she lost her powers. She couldn't do anything after that thing in her leg. And I have a feeling that's like a parasite, like it was leeching off 11's powers, because the Mind Flayer, his main goal was to eliminate 11 from the competition, because 11 was the biggest threat. He knew when he came face to face with 11, shit, it's my worst nightmare. And he even said in the last episode, which had a few bringing up points, especially with Billy, who it was so tragic to see him perish, and it was so noble, but we'll get to that in a minute. But the Mind Flayer said, we're building this all for you, for your demise. because you're our biggest threat. So I have a feeling that thing was like a parasite leeching 11, because the Mind Flayer is technically afraid of 11, and the best thing you can do is leech power from 11, from something you fear. So when you kill her, it's not going to be difficult when she uses her power. She's going to be completely vulnerable, like she was when Billy captured her. She couldn't do anything. And that's what you want. You want your biggest opponent, your biggest adversary, at their most weakest. So I feel like that thing inside her, and the Mind Flayer knew what he was doing when he picked up the blood. So he thought, well, I've got this connectivity, so I'm going to do something really genius that will help me out big time. And plus it stops her from gaining those small advantages, like knowing where. So when, like I said, the gate, it holds so many possibilities on a possible breach, because it's not fully closed. It's still got that crack, and even if it's a small crack, it can be expanded. So it can, like, so if there's another breach or something like that, it can stop, like if the Mind Flayer decides to come back because his connectivity with the real world is cut off, but there's that possibility he could return with that breach. So if anything does come back and all of that, like 11, for example, used her powers to try and locate the Mind Flayer. That can instantly be stopped now that she hasn't got her powers. And if you try to put a parasite in her leg, voila. So that's my feeling. That is my feeling when it comes to 11's power loss and all of that. Billy was intimidating in this episode, under the influence of the Mind Flayer, as he always is. But with the stakes being risen so high, especially him in the car and him trying to crash into Jonathan, Nancy, and Co, very intimidating. And then thank goodness Steve comes in for the rescue. But even like when he was on foot and he went to capture 11, him lifting the gate, him going through them like he's spreading through butter. It was intimidating just to see that. And then him just attacking Max, him wiping the floor with Mike and 11. It was like something you'd see from a horror movie. Like, you know how you have your serial killer just instantly wiping the floor of the victims, like they don't stand a chance whatsoever, like they just instantly get floored. It was something like that. It was very serial killer-esque, and it was intimidating. But I loved that scene where 11 fed him back the memories, drowning the hatred with love, with his last feeling of love, some could say. And it was really beautiful, because that was the first time we saw of this incarnation of Billy something other than aggression, negativity. Because Billy's been in that aura of negativity even before the Mind Flayer, but that's amplified things. That's why I said that Billy is the most dangerous host, because he's already aggressive, he's already surrounding himself with negativity. So, yeah. But it was really beautiful, that scene where 11 was feeding back every little bit of detail, even the smallest detail, just to purify that love and kindness, and drown out the Mind Flayer's hold. It was really beautiful stuff to see, and it was heroic to see Billy doing some could say the most noblest thing he's done on the show. Stop the creature from getting to 11 by holding it back, even if it meant the cost of his life. And it was so heartbreaking to see Max's reaction. Although I will have a minor nitpick with the 3 months thing. Even though Hopper is the person we can resonate with the most, and 11 especially, Max was still a good character at the end of the day, and I feel like we were a little bit cheapened by not touching upon her too much during those 3 months, because she lost someone that like, even though Billy was a complete dick, and we know he's had those reasons, Max is still a character with a lot of humanity at the end of the day, and she felt heartbroken when Billy died. So I feel like I do wish we touched up upon her a bit more in that closing in those 3 months closing bits. So yeah, when Joyce was moving out, which can't blame her. She was wanting a thing with Hopper. Yeah, so I can't blame her. Even though Hopper did convince her to stay, we had that talk again because that was still on her mind. Even though Hopper was like, "You can stay," but then Hopper dies, so that's really pushing point, isn't it? And it's just another painful reminder. It's going to be interesting though because the characters are left with that uncertainty, and you have no idea what's going to happen next because Will is no longer with the group and things are changing. So it will be interesting to see the future for these characters, for these kids. And it does seem like we're going to deal with the Russians again with that post-credit scene. So it is very interesting to see, to wonder what's going to happen. Like, since Will is separated, Jonathan as well, Eleven's gone to live with Joyce, it seems. So we've got this split going on. So it's going to be very interesting to see what does happen next. 11 did hear Mike confess his feelings as well in the other episode. Because I said in the last episode, it is funny how Mike and Lucas were scolded about being too loud. Like Max and 11 could hear them. And then Mike in episode 7, when he was threatening about the possibility of 11 using her powers to the point of her potentially picking up brain damage, he confessed his feelings and all of that, and he shouted it out so loud, and 11 was like, "Did anything go on?" or something like that. And then they brushed it up. So I'm glad that was addressed. Otherwise, that would be a bit of a picky plot hole for me. Because it's not like that house has any kind of soundproof walls or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, there was some funny bits as well in this episode. It wasn't all doom and gloom and heartache and tears. I could have sworn I could have cried tears of joy with that never-ending story sing-along. It was random, and it was kind of goofy as well. Like with Steve and Co driving off with the Mind Flayer catching up to him. I don't know. That just rings of hilarity for some reason. Erica arguing with Murray was gold. The fact that we had Alexi's dream live out, Fat Rambo and all of that, because Hopper was tearing up the joint. But also them posing in Russian uniform. I gotta say though, Joyce does suit the bloody she suits the bloody uniform so much, and I just love the actress so much. Like, she does a fantastic job at playing Joyce so much. And you just want to give Joyce a hug, like, because she's been through all this hurt. But like I said, she has done a phenomenal job this season, and I love her character so much. But yeah, there were some funny moments, and I love the relationship with Dustin and his partner, like who was a legit, wasn't she? She was absolutely legit. For some reason I've forgotten her name all of a sudden. Susie. Yeah, it was. I kind of think the relationship is a bit cute. So yeah, but like I said, them singing that never ending story song was beautiful. But that was a solid conclusion. There was some tense scenes as well, like the creature just scouring around the mall with the kids separated. And there were some really good plans. Of course, the fireworks had to be utilized. Good stuff. But there were some scary moments, like 11, Mike, and Max hiding in the Gap shop, and then the creature just doesn't relent, like doesn't give up as soon as he finds as soon as he mistakens the shop window dummy, as we call it, as the mannequin as the like the target. So that was very tense stuff to see as well. But yeah, it was great. It was a solid conclusion to a solid season, the best season of Stranger Things so far. It was just really incredible stuff to see. So I enjoyed this episode. Emotionally, I was hurt like a bitch. This was Endgame for me all over again. Because I think I was in a similar condition when I went to see Endgame. I've got two witnesses. Because I went with two of my friends, and yeah, I was blubbering like a baby there, and I was in this episode. So yeah. But that was Stranger Things. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!